Welcome, Guild Wars 2 fans, and welcome to PvP. If you are here for the first time thinking about crafting the new legendary Amulet Transcendence, here's what you're going to want to know. So first of all, just so you know where we're at the market waypoint up here, and these two vendors up here are going to become your best friends in this journey. So first we have the League vendor, which is going to have all of the things you're going to need to get some of the earlier parts done, the Essence of Challenge, Discipline, Success, the Mist Tome, Mist Diamond, and the Enhanced Orichalcum. So all of those you're going to need. You can, in theory, make this in one season. The biggest two things that you're going to have to worry about if you're just doing the 9 shiny one that doesn't have the orb, you're going to have to win 120 ranked matches. Now that seems like an awful lot of matches. It might take you a couple seasons to do that depending on how much time you have dedicated to PvP. And then the other part is you are going to have to also, so you have the victor, and then you also have the emblem of the tournament. And the emblem of the tournament is you have to win 20 PvP matches. So the PvP matches for ranked will happen here. So this is for emblem of the victor, and then the tournaments will happen from this tab here. And these are run in specific increments. Some of these run daily and some of these run monthly. But you'll have to win 20 of these. So I actually haven't participated in tournaments yet, so this is going to be a fun time to get into this for me, because I definitely want to go through and complete the legendary. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and actually look at the crafting list, even though I'm not going to be crafting it today. Just that way you kind of know what you're getting into. The final shiny version is you're going to need 250 stack, or 250, so an entire stack of unidentified dye, essence of the Llama Elegance. I'm going to pick this up from the Laurel vendor, which is actually also conveniently located over here, and it is right here. So it's only going to cost you 3 laurels for this component. So you'll have to make sure you save at least a few for that, as well as the emblem of tournament victory, which is what we just talked about, winning the actual tournaments from the tournament tab. And then you will also need Slumbering Transcendence, which is where the bulk of all of this effort is going to go. So that would be the precursor, but the Slumbering Transcendence is also a legendary amulet, so if you don't want to go through all the trouble of doing tournaments, you don't necessarily have to, and if you don't want the extra shiny rated ball following you around, you also wouldn't have to do it as well. You'll still get the same functionality. So if you're just making Slumbering Transcendence, you will need a Mist Pendant, and the Mist Pendants can also be purchased from this vendor here, and it is actually, sorry. So the first part you'll need is the Mist Pendant, and the Mist Pendant is right here, so you're going to need 175 Ascended Shards of Glory, which are going to be the item that is similar to World v World skirmish tickets, except for during a season there is no specific cap to them. You can actually continue to repeat the final chest here, and you are able to continue to build them up. The only thing that you can't continue to build out is your PvP league tickets, but you're going to be able to get enough of them in a single season to complete this. So let's go ahead and talk about the other components that you're going to need to make Slumbering Transcendence. So you're going to need a Mystic Tribute, and Mystic Tribute is basically a super big Mystic coin sink You're going to need an entire stack of those, plus 2 of the condensed magic and 2 of the condensed might. And that is basically a big sink for the T3 through T6 materials for each of those types. So I'll put the recipes up here real quick for those. Don't necessarily need to go into that in depth a lot. We'll talk about the Mystic Clovers real quick. So Mystic Clovers you can get by using the Mystic Forge and using Obsidian Shards, a Mystic Coin, and Glob of Ectoplasm, and Philosopher's Stones. And those will allow you to have a chance at creating Mystic Clovers. The more reliable way to get them, since you're going to be running so much PvP, is what I would do is run the reward tracks that you haven't completed yet. So look at your reward tracks. If it doesn't say that you have completed the reward track, so this one says it's been completed. I haven't completed. This one says it's active. I've already completed that one. I've also completed all of these, but if you find one that you haven't completed yet, so like Grothmire I haven't completed yet, as well as Jai Buffs, you can kind of go through and complete these to get extra Mystic Clovers the first time. So you'll get 5 for most of these reward tracks the first time you complete them, and then you'll get 2 each time you finish it afterwards. And also kind of to speed this up, make sure you've got your birthday booster running, as well as the PvP reward track. Also note that you are going to need, as you do this, you are going to have to complete the Glorious Reward track 4 times to pick up the core fragment, because you're going to need 4 of those later on in the recipes. So over here at the Ascended League Armor Vendor, you're going to have the rest of the components that you're going to need to complete the Ascended Amulet. So what we're going to be doing is we'll be purchasing the Glob of Condensed Energy, the Star of Glory, the Jar of Distilled Glory, the Record of League Participation, and the Record of League Victories. And then that will give you the Gift of Dedication, and then finally you need the Salt Forged Mist Diamond, and that is going to take the 120 victories from the Emblem of Victory. It is going to take the Enhanced Orichalcum, which we saw over at the League Vendor, as well as the Vial of Salt, which you can get from picking up the Essence of Determination, Essence of Challenge, Essence of Discipline, Essence of Success. All of those are respectively with their recipes here at the vendor, and basically it's going to be 20 of the T6 material, 50 of the T5 material, and then it'll be the respective Ascended crafting material, with the exception of the Essence of Success, which will cost you 10 globs of dark matter, which you get from salvaging exotic gear. And once you've completed all of those, you will then make the Vial of Salt, which combined with the Mist Enhanced Orichalcum and Mist Diamond will make the Salt of Forged Mist Diamond. And then when you combine those all together with the Gift of Competitive Dedication, the Gift of the Mists, and the Tome of the Mists, you'll get your Gift of the Champion, and then you have your Gift of Skirmishing, Mystic Tribute from all of the PvE stuff, your Mist Pendant, and that will give you your Slumbering Transcendence. And then to move from Slumbering Transcendence to Transcendence, which will be the one with the animation, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to win 20 ranked PvP matches, and I showed you where that was earlier, as well as pick up the essence of the essence of Lamatic Elegance, which is from the Laurel Fender here. And that'll cost you 3 laurels and a stack of unidentified dies, which will run you, currently runs about 20 gold, but you should also be picking those up from your progression in PvP, and you can also pick those up if you are if you've been in World vs. World, you can pick those up from the skirmish chests. So if you open them up, you are able to use them, and you can use an entire stack of these to get unidentified dies. So once you throw all those into the forge, you will have your legendary amulet. Hopefully this has been helpful. I'm going to throw a few tips and tricks out there for new players on things that you should be doing in PvP to make the matches go easier for you. Hey, welcome everyone. So today we're doing a little ranked PvP, and we're just going to go over a few basics if you're trying to get the legendary amulet, of things that I've been starting to see in PvP that you should be aware of. So first thing is if you are on a team, we should be calling targets as well as focusing those targets. Alright, so we see we've got a priority change on the target now. Since we've got that person down, we should have a teammate that should just be able to finish that. So I'm trying to capture the point, but I'm also still trying to put damage down onto where the target is. Alright, let's get this guy real quick. And there's a proper stomp. While people are trying to focus me, I'm just going to put a whole bunch of damage down here.
You captured Dragon!
And another proper stomp. Life is just so much easier when you stomp, guys. So much easier.
You've captured the field!
And don't get frustrated. Do what you can. Don't worry about what you can't. Try to have fun in PvP. It's definitely, I would say, the least friendly place in all of Guild Wars 2, but you can definitely find some people out there that are willing to help. And definitely listen to those guys that are willing to help. And, you know, don't worry about the jerks that are just going to yell at you the entire time. Have fun, and happy huntings. We'll catch you next time.